What up, everyone? Your boy Inori back at it again, and this time we're gonna be playing Briar, and I'm just gonna go over everything you need to know to play her. If you want to make her your main, if you love her, if you find you struggle with her, I'm gonna show you guys how you're gonna stomp in your ELO and play just like a challenger would. So for starters, we're always gonna start W level 1. I go exhaust. I personally think you either go exhaust or flash. Both are acceptable. I think exhaust is really nice to have. And for Pokemon, I always go green. We're gonna be doing the Eclipse Cleaver build. This is by far the most like noob friendly but also broken one for snowballing with Halo Blades. Otherwise, you can go Bruiser or you can go Conqueror with this build as well. So start with W. You always want to use your W as an auto attack reset. There I actually messed up because I wait till the very last second to W again. Let's try not to make that mistake. So I'll show you guys again how it is. So you always want to use your right click, then W, and then you see this bar as it's going down. You want to do another W as you get to the very end. And it's really important about this ability is that you're making sure that you're doing the very last click, the activation, right as like your attack is about to go off. Usually you're able to get a second auto off at the very end, but because they nerfed your attack speed and we're actually not going the attack speed rune, you kind of have to wait till you get a couple more levels. So level 3, we're going to be able to get that last auto off. Here it's a bit risky. Don't really wait for it. If you feel like it might be hard, level 1 you can't get it, level 2 it gets a bit easier. And for her E ability, you always want to start the camp with your E. So for this case, because we just want to be able to jump over, and here you want to just go Q, make sure your AoE is hitting everything. Same thing, remember, wait for that last auto, go for an E cast, and like this. So here, if you're afraid of getting invaded, you can just walk this way, drop your ward here. This is always good for safety. Otherwise, you can just jump over literally every wall. Use your Q as an auto attack reset as well. And really be important about getting that kind of, you know, that last bit of auto base damage off. So here there's a bunch of problems like drama going on there, but we're not going to concern ourselves just yet. I'm happy if they live because that means I can farm a bit longer, and they are griefing, so that's good for us. But you always want to play her to full clear. You really want to play a full clear here. It's really important. It's getting quite low there, so we're gonna start to go there. You always want to full clear because you need level 4. This champion, if you want to play her well, it's emphasis on farming. You need to farm. You have to be good at farming, and that's just really key here. Here we should be able to kill them. I'm gonna do attacks. I'm gonna do target champs only on here. I'm gonna just get the auto attack reset here. I'm gonna charge my E, push him into the wall, and get that kill. You know, E gives you that nice bit of damage reduction that we use, plus it can push, and that's the whole thing. For you guys, when you start playing here, it's going to be a little tricky with the sword. Make sure we're not face checking someone. Here we're able to get that healing. I think we're going to get the kill. The healing from there. Oh, so close. You know, safety first. We were a bit safe there, but we weren't safe enough for Destiny to take us. We got that assist, but here's the banger here. What do we do after a bait, after a kill like that? We go back to where we started. We won't run bot crab. We go back to top because that's where our camps are respawning. That's where we need to be to make our plays. You see the E healing, it also gives you damage reduction. Really good. That's something I generally save for the very end when it's like I'm using it as like my way to get out and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep farming here. I'll probably start my clear, maybe look for a counter gank here. Get him in the E. I'm gonna get the E off here most likely. And we get the auto attack. Like, a trick for early game is if you ever get that wall stun, I'm talking like free LP. The wall stun early game is so bonkers. Bonkers, bro. It actually gives you insane damage, but if the champion is quick or has a dash, you're not going to hit it early. But if the champion is like slow, early games, it's really easy to hit. Later in the game, you have to really think about how you're going to hit it. And it's less reliable later. But you always want to channel it for the healing too. Here, I'm always using that W as an attack reset if I can. I think for some players, they run into this problem where they're farming and then there's a champion nearby. And then Briar just kind of runs away to try to kill the champion. A little trick to avoid that is, so if I W and a champion comes, it's going to focus us. But if I Q, it's only going to focus the jungle camp, right? So always use your W, then Q on the jungle camp. if you are afraid someone might try to pull your aggro away, that's a trick for you guys. But here when you're farming, so W, auto Q, now I'm only going to attack the Krug. If Rakan is right in front of me, it wouldn't really matter. So really important stuff like that. And here we're just able to get the full clear. If you're able to replicate this kind of early game, just full clear, get 2 clean full clears without griefing the game with this kind of build and buy, you're chilling. And here Crab is, this is where you probably run it down. You have free time, right? There's not much going on. You don't know what to do exactly. You just have way too much free time. Here I'm gonna just chase him, get him to kind of use abilities. Oh my god, we're actually going. I don't think it's gonna work. But we are going to get a fight here, so I'm happy to fight. I'm really strong at goodbye. And it looks like they want to fight us too. So you're going to W for the movement speed, get the stun off, get as much autos as you can with Halo Blaze until you go for that last kind of... Here, we're going to channel the E. Get that wall stun. That beautiful wall stun is always really nice to get. Here, we're going to W to help push because this is looking like a dive angle. See how we're target focusing, but if I Q the cannon, it changes my focus once again, so that's just really important. Here I'm not really afraid to do this because I kind of know my situation is pretty safe. Here I'm going to do my auto resets and boom, that's a kill. Here I have my W coming. I R in just to hit the Samira. I might have to E early just depending on the situation, but I looks like I'm actually okay, so maybe we can get this guy too. Channel, gonna get him and maybe give our life away. But that's how you want to play this champion, really aggressive when you're strong. I had an advantage, I had level up, I had a goodbye, I had all this kind of stuff, right? And I played aggressive. That's kind of suicide, but like, you know, for you guys it can happen. I honestly prefer doing CDR boots because she's such a ability haste hungry champion, right? Like you need a certain amount of ability haste, and with this build I am going to be squishy anyways, so I just emphasize on it. And with Cleaver you can just be really strong for that early fighting. Also, let's talk about the same concept back to where we were, right back to that full clear. And I'm never missing a beat, right? Like this is your mindset when you play these kind of full clear junglers, is you just don't want to miss a beat. You want to keep your farm going. You want to be farming well. You want to be sure your farm is not being interrupted to do an aggressive play. All these aggressive plays I've done, if you paid attention, they were all kind of like in good situations where I really didn't miss much farming. Here I could do the Herald, but I still prefer to do a full clear. I'm not big on early objectives if I feel like I'm in a position where farming can get me a pretty good advantage. And here I think Jarvan could do Dragon really quick, but I'm okay. As long as I get this full clear, I will be in a good position to just control the map. And here I'm going to Q just in case Fizz walks past so I don't lose the aggro. Sometimes you miss that W, but it's okay. I think Fizz might be roaming. They might be going for Dragon. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go see what's going on here. He used his flag, so we might be able to burst him here. And we just one-shot. Actually, he gifted the Dragon to us, so I'm even happy. This guy starts Dragon because he doesn't know how to play the game. He doesn't know how to jungle. Why are you starting Dragon? He has no priority. My support can move. My mid is in a good position. This is not how you start Dragon. If anyone wanted to start Dragon, it could have been me. But even I was opting in not to start Dragon. Why? Because, you know, it's a team objective for you to do. It's something you do if there's literally no jungle left for you to farm. It's something you do if your team is winning, if you're winning. Or it's something you do desperately trying to sneak it on a champ that can actually sneak it, like Vi or Nunu. But it's not something you just randomly do on Draven, you know? Let's try not to make that guy's mistake. I think low, a lot of people really emphasize too much on having to do objectives when you have jungle camps up. And jungle camps are just incredible money. Like here, I've just been perfectly farming while impacting the map, while doing everything, and I still have more jungle to farm. I still have the enemy jungle that I could potentially steal, right? So it's all about tempo. Tempo is the speed in which you have cleared your camp. It's the speed in which you're able to proactively affect the map. If I have a bunch of jungle camps up, I have bad tempo, right? Because I'm spending most of my time to do the jungle, right? So that's like ideally not good. I feel like it might be wordy here, but your boy's gonna go in and see what we got going on. We go back in when our Eclipse is up. I might die for this, but I'm committed. Eclipse really nice. So shielding, you can always go in and out multiple times, which is what I find very powerful. And this is how you kind of want to play that aggressive play style. And You know what did I do? I full cleared. I did everything. I farmed his camps, and then I died. Why is this important? Like I try to emphasize when I'm teaching people. Once you finish farming, once you finish like your job of farming, dying is okay. Like it's okay to like die for a kill, you know, like it's not even that bad, right? As long as you fulfill your purpose to clear your camps, get those timers down, then it's perfectly a-okay to clear. I think this guy might be greedy for this tower, and I'm gonna show him why. This man is ambitious. I'm gonna give it Kesante 2,000 years of experience right there, but Briar is the newer champion, so unfortunately she is gonna win that one. So here I'm just gonna do the objective. Now, this is generally where I wouldn't just full clear again. Now it's like the timer where farming becomes less important. I've already kind of got into like my power spikes, and I'm starting to play more for the map. Now this is where you guys will fail a lot of times, is knowing how to close out games. Like continuously farming for no good purpose will not help you all that much. You need to start to impact the map with your advantage. So for starters, how do I want to play this? I'm getting pretty close to second item, so I'm going to do one quadrant, and then I'm going to reset that jump. You got to edge it here. I'm going to do one quadrant, then I'm going to reset, and then I'm going to play for the map pressure, and I'll show you guys how after we do our 2 camps here. But our team's actually winning, so this is like a lucky case. For you guys, it could be harder, but if our team's already winning, then it's honestly quite free already. But let's say if my team wasn't winning, I would do these 2 camps. I would get my buy. Now, I would most likely just try to be aggressive on the map. So here, I just want to be aggressive on the map. I don't need CS anymore. I've already kind of reached like how much farm I need to kind of carry at this point. So I feel pretty good. Now, I just want to kind of, you know, I just want to fight. So I'm not going to do my Krugs. I think Krugs are just a bit too much time wasted. I'm going to try to put myself in more aggressive position. So I'm gonna do my Raptors quick and easy, not too far away. Now I'm gonna start to play for this tower plates, and I'm gonna try to invade. And invading is what you do when you're really ahead. Invading is what's gonna help you snowball and kind of win games. That's just like a really important thing that people just have to kind of practice. I'm gonna drop the Herald here, and I'm just gonna look for Jarvan first. First and foremost, I'm gonna let the Herald crash because timer's running out. See, the Raptors are up here. You couldn't get engaged on, so I'm gonna ward slowly. Walk in, kind of clear this. Always dodge every ability. You don't want them to hit you at all with anything. Here we might actually have a root. I think I should be able to eat him here. Oh shit, might be in trouble. Oh man, Kesante is too broken. I should have R'd, but it was just like the situation was just so strange, getting tossed around in 2 different directions. Briar's not that type of girl. She's honestly not that type of girl. But anyways, dropping the Herald, what I would have done is take a little fight nowhere near the tower. This was getting too far and way too dicey. But I think I could have won that if I used my R. Why I didn't use my R? Because I thought, you know, it takes a while to channel, and it puts you in a static animation where you're just not going to be moving at all. But here, now we're going to go play for objectives. This is where we kind of play for objectives, and when objectives are down, we do some farming, and then we want to invade and pressure. That's how you win from positions like when you're ahead. Yeah, I'm not going to full clear all my jungle. I'm going to try first, like, let's take the objective. Important, you know, let's get this objective. They're all coming very slowly, but I'm not really concerned. I think I can just do objective even if they all run into my face, so not a concern for us. So here we're just going to farm. If they fight, we can fight after, but get the objective first. I see them fighting. I could R here, but remember we talked about, let's get this objective first. And what would you look at that? The enemy jungle camps are up. I'm so strong that I'm like, okay, I don't mind. Let's just start it. I'll just steal his blue. And now I'll probably go back to farming because there's not much left, right? Our jungle camps are really down. But I'm probably not going to do Krugs. I'm probably going to do what I like to say is more of like a... when I get to this point, I'm more... You know, my farming, I'm not doing as much as like greedy farming, I would say. I'm more looking to impact where I'm probably... Impact on part of the maps that I need to be in. So here, top just died. No one is top side. This is a situation that needs to be resolved. I should go topside. I should try to, you know, be in this area. I don't have to catch this wave just yet, but, you know, topside died. I want to be in this area to kind of be able to pressure if they kept pushing, if they try to steal my camps. All that kind of stuff. Here they look like they're basing. I'm so strong. I'm going to check. Raptors are down. I'm going to see if he's on red. I'm going to see if he's on Krugs. I'm just going to check all his timer. So we get him here. We're going to just kill him if we can. Not much he can do, right? Beautifully done by Inori. I mean, not much to say here. We're just able to do everything on the map. We're able to get that hit off. That was a lot, man. I could only do so much. If Milo maybe flashes earlier, he could have saved the queen, but it's all good. Here we're gonna get our Sterix. So after that build, you're just gonna go into tanky. I like Sterix third, and then from there I go whatever I really want, you know. You know, for you guys, obviously I'm mechanically gifted. I'm a god. I'm a creation, none other than you've ever seen. But what I'm doing is not that complicated. The general thing I want you guys to do is more just be aggressive with your advantage. Try to break towers. These are important. You have to get these 2 towers. So my mindset now, let's which objective is coming up? Herald. Okay, so Herald's gonna be up. I want Herald. I'm strong. My team is strong. I'm gonna be in this area. I'm gonna go top. I'm not gonna go bot side. Even if Raptor was up, I wouldn't go bot side. I'm just gonna do half my jungle, and then we're gonna do Herald. You know, the game is like a formula, you know, like these objectives just keep ticking and ticking and ticking. They come back up, and when they come back up, you have your time, your windows to do them, and you just need to do them when they're up in time. And Briar is a heavy objective farm jungler. Their junglers have different roles, right? Different junglers have different ways they want to play the game. They have their identities on how they play the game. Like Rek'sai plays much differently. She looks to dive more. She looks to kind of like gank heavier. Less about these camp timers. Briar is much more important to farm. Much more important to get those kind of camp cycles. And much more important for you to just be really aggressive when you're strong. Here is the example. I think I want this top adder. And I think I want to kill this guy, who will probably try to stop me here. So I just stack my bleed here. You never lose these fights, by the way. Like, as much as they want to try, you'll never really lose them. Like, this is really cute by him, right? Look at him, he's trying to fight me. I haven't even exhausted. Even if this was closer, it wouldn't have been close at all. Hitting him is good because I think I can just kill both of them. I have my passive up. You know, when your R hits, you get a bunch of MR. Damn, I should have exhausted him first. When your R hits, let's look at this. 57 armor and MR, 15% lifesteal. That's insane, right? Value, it's unheard of. If you hit R, you're literally a god. That's why, but if you hit R and you don't want to be R'd anymore, you press E to drop it. But if you hit R, you don't really want to E because it gives you so much resist and lifesteal. You generally want to E if you have to, like, later on. But it's important not to just E too much. Here, I think we need armor, right? So what is a good armor item for us here? I think for me to carry this one, I can do DD. I could go Randuin's. I have a lot of options personally this game. I would have done Randuin. I would have won DD, probably Randuin's. Stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you guys liked that video. Let me know what you think. If you like these kind of really in-depth videos, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.